Ladies and gentlemen, my name is In the Game Kaya, and welcome to ITGK Survives ARK Day by Day. Today, we are starting Scorched Earth, and that is going to mean a few things. First of all, I want to thank everybody who's been watching the series, the Island series. After I finished it, I posted this compilation, and that just absolutely exploded in a way that I'm not used to. So if you're here, especially after watching that, thank you for watching that. Really cool to see people really enjoy that and all the work that I put into that. So here we are. We are going to be I'm going to be simplifying the mod list back down to just these 5 mods. MarniiMods Hairstyles for my hair. Dino Colorizer, just so I can paint my dinos. Solo Farm Mod, Where Are the Bodies, and Vanilla with Sprinkles, which I will get Vanilla with Sprinkles set up once I get into Scorched Earth. And this is all we'll be running for the time being. I also want to do something else. These are the same settings I was using on the island. Dun, dun. Where am I going here? Probably advanced. But this isn't it. Oh, okay. So I am going back to 1.0 day and night speed, and I will be doing that at least through Scorched Earth and Aberration, and that's because the day-night cycle is extremely important to both of those maps. For Scorched Earth, the day is oppressively hot, and it's where a lot of the challenge comes from, is surviving that heat, and especially the way the heat affects you over time, and managing that. So you want to make sure that you have properly long days. And then in Aberration, you can only reach the surface at night, and there's like a whole season cycle and everything. So in order to properly experience the map, I'm changing the day and night speed from 1.89 each to 1.0 each. What this means is the days I was using on the island on the accelerated time scale were a little over an hour long, roughly. I had modified it so it was exactly the length of time that original ASE ARK days were on the island. Because they made days longer in Ascended. It's like, okay, I'll go back to the old time scale. I kind of like that, so that's what I used. And it's part of why that took so many... 138 days is what it took me to do the island, is because I had that accelerated. For a while, I was on 2.0. I think there was one session I was over 2.0 time speed. The first few days were on 1.0 time speed. I went back and forth for a while. I eventually settled on 1.89, right around when I beat the Broodmother, the Gamma Broodmother. Which was what, day 65? It's the one episode in the middle of the season that's like a single day. Because all I did was fight the Gamma Broodmother and the Beta Broodmother. So right around that time, I started running 1.89. I've been doing that since. I really liked it. Those days were about an hour long. By going to 1.0 day and night speed on Scorched Earth, that means each day is going to be roughly 3.5 hours long. There is no way this series goes over 100 days. And I will die. I can almost guarantee it. Heck, I'll probably die multiple times this episode. So this is not any kind of hardcore challenge, not any 100 days challenge, just like the last one isn't or wasn't. At some point, I do want to do hardcore challenges, but that will be at a point down the road when I've more experienced most of these maps already. I just want to experience the content of this game. I want to see what it has to offer. I'm going to continue using the extremely fast growing settings that I was using there at the end of the series. If I feel like it's too fast, I'll slow it back down. But I realized just how important it was to have creatures grow up super, super fast. At the end of that, when I was breeding multiple boss armies, it was just taking forever. Even on ridiculously fast settings. I needed so many eggs. I need dinos to grow up so fast. I just needed it to go fast. So we're just going to keep rolling with those same settings. But yeah, everything else here should be good. I'll just skim through here and show you guys what everything looks like. In case you were wondering. But we should be good to go. Now, all engrams are on. Getting ready to do Scorched Earth. So, we just finished the island. We've ascended off of the island. I am starting a new survivor, though. I'm not copying over the one from the island. Each series of Day by Day is its own isolated experience. So, I start at level 1 on that map. And then I go until I finish that map using only stuff I can get on that map. I'm not transferring maps, not transferring survivors, materials, none of that. So, Scorched Earth. Let's go ahead and get into this. I assume there's going to be a cutscene. We'll watch the cutscene, and then after we spawn in, I will kind of break down some of my experiences that I've had with this map already. But here we go.
This desert wasteland was a turning point for Helena and her allies. It was here that her fellow explorer Rockwell began his spiral into darkness. If only Helena could have seen the threat that was so close to her, where Rockwell's experiments would lead. There's danger lurking beneath these sands, survivor. Seek out this ARK's guardian and find your way to where I'm waiting for you.
Well, I said we would probably die pretty soon after I spawned in. There you go. I died. I didn't even touch anything. Okay. So let's start picking some bushes. Scorched Earth, the Desert Wasteland ARK survival map. I don't have a lot of experience on this map, like I do on, say, Aberration. If you guys have seen anything from my other series, ITGK Survives, or I played on Extinction, I have about as much experience on Extinction and Scorched Earth, you know, as each other now. After that 3 videos that I made on Extinction. Just a couple of hours of experience is all I've got. I tried to do a little hardcore server with my brother once, just not recorded, just trying to survive Scorched Earth. We did actually make it for a while. We ended up settling, I want to say it was Green Ob, so that was pretty nice. We need to find a place where there's water, which there's a river and a bay right down there. It looks, we'll probably go down there and see what's up. But one thing's for sure, we're definitely going to need some fortitude. Let's get some cloth stuff going here. We'll craft up some cloth armor for ourselves. And then we need to make ourselves, we need to find stones, and we need to probably kill some jerboas for hide. There we go. And let's make our way down to the water side down here. Hopefully there's no terror birds. I hear terror birds. Oh, there's a raptor. Go this way. Yeah, the heat in the desert is oppressive, to say the least. Is that a stone? No, it is not. We're going to be needing a lot of water. Why can I not pick up any of these rocks? Are there pickable rocks? There we go. Procoptodon! Hello! Excuse me, sir. Okay. So let's see what we can make with regards to... Oh yeah, we need to punch a tree. Good old-fashioned ARK gameplay. Gotta punch trees. Like how every time I punch this tree, my chest explodes. It doesn't seem healthy. Are you kidding me? Stinking raptor, man. Okay. So let's get ourselves a pick here. I'm going to get my fortitude up to 20, and then we'll go from there. Get that hatchet and spear now. Put the pick down here. We'll get ourselves some flints. Boy, that rock had a lot of life in it. Okay. We need to make ourselves up some spears. We need a way to defend ourselves, especially if raptors are going to come at us. Okay, now we need to find a way to get some hide. So we need to find a jerboa if we can. Dinotherium, probably want to stay away from that. Alright, we need to find a way to make up a very general, like a foundation we can work on. But we don't want to build, something to live in until we have adobe. And that's because, you do not want to, live in anything that isn't adobe until you have air conditioning. There's an insulation problem on Scorched Earth where you're actually hotter in safe spaces not properly insulated. So we don't want to really build a base until we have some adobe up and going. I want to stay near the water for the time being, just in case we need to drink something. What was that? Not familiar with all the noises that Scorched Earth has. Oh, Titanosaur. There he is. Let's go ahead and cross the river here. I'm just kind of... Oh, I hear jerboa. I'm just kind of assuming that... I don't even remember what I was going to say now. Scratch that. Okay, let's see. I'm going to get just a little bit more weight, because we're having trouble walking around right now. Let's get ourselves a thatch foundation, and we need to get ourselves that clay, which I don't know why clay is up here when you can't craft it until you have a mortar and pestle. Like, what's the point? Yeah, it can only be crafted at mortar and pestle, which is down here. Okay, so let's make ourselves up a mortar and pestle, which we've got some hide now. A bit of hide, so... Structures crafting, mortar and pestle. So we have our mortar and pestle. We need a thatch foundation to put this stuff on. For that, we need wood. Let's get ourselves over here, get some wood, get a foundation down, craft our mortar and pestle. We can start grinding up some clay. We need clay and wood. Is that it for Adobe? It's just clay and wood. Looks like there's more space back on the other side of the river again. I don't know if I want to cross back over yet. Let's head downstream a little bit, and we will see what we run into. See if that thing will grow up. Come on. Oh yeah, this thing will be grown in just a minute. Okay, so this looks like a decent spot. Let's get our foundations down. And mortar and pestle. I don't know what I just heard, but it did not sound friendly. Okay, we've got some cactus over here. First challenge completed. That's something I didn't really have before. So we'll hack up as much cactus as we can and then head back down to the river. A little bit more weight. We're going to get our weight up to about 150, and then we'll go back to the fortitude. So do I want to hit it with this or this? Definitely this. Level 11. I think that's enough. Yep, I got bolas, bow, and arrow. Wood foundations. Let's get that boomerang and simple bed. Okay. So we're not quite to... not quite to Adobe yet. So let's make ourselves... bed. Probably a couple of sleeping bags we can take with us. We don't need any of that. Okay. So, clay, sand, and cactus sap. Let's put our crafting stuff in here. Get our bed down. Put the sleeping bags in there too. Not really a reason for me to have all that stuff with me. And you... Alright. Time to give the jerboa a name. There is our jerboa, Floof Bucket. Alright. He will tell us if the weather's going to get bad. By the end of the series, I'll probably be able to differentiate it, because apparently you can tell, based on how they act and the sounds that they make, what kind of weather is coming. I have not spent nearly enough time on Scorched Earth to know that. So, let's get ourselves some sand so we can get started, hopefully on some adobe sometime soon. And we're going to be getting plenty of flint and stone as well, so we might as well start making up some spark powder too. Okay, Adobe, level 15. So, we're not quite there yet. I'm also going to need to find rocks somewhere that give me metal. Okay, just because I don't know for sure what's coming, I can always stand outside of my house. But I'm kind of worried about what might be approaching us in terms of weather. Okay, So we now should have ourselves fully boxed in. Cold and heat resist, 224, 242. So maybe I was wrong. Maybe thatch doesn't have that modifier applied to it. So we should have had a thatch structure this whole time. I guess that does make sense, to be fair. Okay, we need to continue working on our lay. Because we should be now at the point where we can get adobe. Let's head up this over here to where this mesa is. Let's head over here to where this back end of a titanosaur is. And let's see if there's metal up here. Just my luck. I'm going to get stranded from home and it's going to start sandstorming or something. Dun, 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 dun. I don't see any metal anywhere. Not too worried about losing my stuff, honestly. I'm just kind of out for a jog. As one does, you know. Looks like there's capros in the water down there. Do I have berries? That might help. Maybe I should be trying to get up a little bit higher? I don't know. %, wind, 114 degrees. Holy. Can I make a parachute? I cannot. I must be level 22. I am currently level 17, so that's not going to work. Alright. There's only one way we're going to survive this, I think. Gotta head down. Well, that was unfortunate. Wasn't anything I had that couldn't be easily replaced. Besides, I'm going to need to venture out and explore a little bit if I'm going to figure out what all is out there. I'm on a completely new and foreign map. Where in the world do I go to get metal, though? Seriously, I do not know. Water jitbug. Okay. I should make myself a boomerang too, so I can knock stuff out, start taming stuff. Okay, a little bit of a jerboa killing spree, but it got us plenty of hide. Alright, we need to split all. We need some spoiled meat again. Start picking berries. That's apparently classified as a melee weapon. Interesting. Not how I would have classified a boomerang. Boomerang. Alright. So Dodic Saddle doesn't come until level 34. Of which I am level 20. We are just hitting the part of the game where I should be looking to get metal stuff. Alright, let's hope this works. Come on, go unconscious. Actually only 84 degrees right now. It's not that bad. So I'm hoping we can get that Dodic tamed. And we can just park it next to some rocks and have it get some stone and sand for us. Specifically sand. So there's a quest that tells us to deal like 750 damage with a slingshot. I'm curious to know just exactly how hard that's going to be. The thing about these little skill point quests in ARK is that you have to do one before you do the next. So I have a boomerang. Deal 1,000 damage with a boomerang. It's actually not going to be that hard, but you have to deal damage with a slingshot first. What am I going to pelt with rocks? And here's a Lystro over here. It'll be a decent place to start. So that's about half the damage I needed. If I find another Lystro... I am getting more sand with a hatchet than I am with a pick. Duly noted. This will be huge. I would love to have a parasaur. Please and thank you. Parasaur saddle. Crafting. Parasaur saddle. I wonder if I can get up there. The heck is that thing? Summer Drakeling. Right. That's one of the fantastic tames, isn't it? Okay, so here's the plan. We are going to ladder. Why won't it let me climb the ladder? It says climb ladder. Nope, it won't let me climb ladders. I don't get it. I don't know why ladders aren't working. I wanted to ladder my way up to the top of the... I kind of thought it was going to come after me there for a second. Okay, let's get this Doedicurus placed up next to some rocks, and we will see if we can get ourselves some sand going. Yeah! Sand and stone. Can you get cactus up? You can. We can get trank arrows now. My parachute's up. We are still in desperate need of metal. And I do not know how to get it. Climbing picks would be useful, I suppose, but this is an aberration. What else can I do here? I could start building a spiral. Take a while, but I could do it. Well, that was catastrophic. We'll watch it and see if the temperature changes. It hit 170. Yeah, that would be why. Let's pick you up. Pull everything off of you. Pack it up. Let's get out of here. I really want to get this going, but I can't do anything in the superheat. What level are you? 20. If nothing else, I can start grinding out my boomerang achievement. I mean, why not, right? It's here. Okay, it looks like the heat has passed. I'm going to try and get up while I can. Got an Anki on the tame, and it looks like it might tame faster than the torpidity leaves it, so hopefully that's true. Okay, let's see if we can get up. Okay, so there are metal rocks on top of this mountain. That's good to know. I don't see any here where the Titanosaur is, but there are some at the very, very top. So I can come up here, and then I can build here, up here, and then I can build up to the top of the mountain, and I will have access to the top of the mountain. So there is metal. There is metal nearby. We will be getting metal soon. But for now, it's time for us to head home. Well, so ends the first day on Scorched Earth. I did die a couple of times. I figured that would happen, especially given my lack of experience on this map. But we have a Dodic, we have a Parasaur, we have a small thatch hut, plenty of building materials that we can start working on crafting ourselves a small adobe structure. We survived our first heat wave, super heat, and we have started building a giant tower that will allow us to get metal. So we made a lot of progress in one day. Get used to it. Scorched Earth days are very long. Where the island I would have up to 10 days in a single video. If I did that on Scorched Earth, that's 30 hours of footage. It's a couple weeks worth of ARK playing, bare minimum. So, probably not going to happen. But, expect 1 or 2 days worth of ARK recording probably in each episode. And we will just continue grinding away, making progress. I will do research as I need it, but I don't want to just, spend hours and hours doing research on how to survive a map before I get started playing. Anyway. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're excited about the new series. Certainly going to be interesting, I'll tell you that much. And thank you so much for watching this video. If you've got something to say, please leave a comment down below. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video. And, of course, subscribe and ring the bell to be notified when future episodes of this and my other series go up. Until next time, I'm In The Game Kaya. I will see you in the next episode.